They disappear quietly. No fight, no announcement, just a vanishing. You used to see them online, in the streets, in your group chats. Now, nothing. People say they gave up, but that's the lie we tell to protect the machine. Because the truth is darker. And stranger, those who vanish aren't lost. They're transforming in secret. At first it looks like depression. The camera feed goes dark. The messages slow down. They stop performing. Stop playing the game. But if you listen closely, you can hear something else beneath the silence. A nervous system saying enough. A mind cutting its own puppet strings. In psychology, they call it withdrawal behavior. The loss of social motivation. But that's not the full story. Neuroscience shows the brain runs on predictive models. Endless loops of what they expect from me. When those loops break down, when the rewards stop matching the effort, the brain stops caring about the world's signals. That's not failure. That's adaptation. The default mode network. The part of your brain that narrates who you are starts to overfire. Too much reflection. Too much noise inside. So the person retreats to silence. Not to escape life, but to find a new signal. But here's what they never tell you. Every civilization has built temples to isolation. Monasteries, hermitages, caves. The monk, the anchorite, the mystic in the desert. Withdrawal is an ancient ritual. A neurobiological reset disguised as exile. When the body can't trust the tribe, it enters the wilderness. It dissolves the false self. And what survives is real. But the modern world hates silence. It treats solitude like a disease, because a silent mind is unprogrammable. A disconnected node stops feeding the egregore. Every scroll, every post, every engagement is fuel for a collective thought form, a psychic hive that feeds on attention. So when someone vanishes, the system calls it failure. But in occult language, it's called banishment. The cutting of cords. The end of possession. Psychologically, something fascinating happens here. When social reward circuits go quiet, the dopamine baseline resets. The mind begins to crave meaning over novelty. Deep focus replaces shallow stimulation. The nervous system returns to baseline entropy. Less chaos, more coherence. That's why isolation can feel like death at first. Because the ego's reward system is dying. But that death is necessary for transformation. Jung called it the nigredo, the blackening before rebirth, the alchemist's night of the soul. In neurology, it's simply neuroplastic reorganization. Old networks decay. New ones prepare to bloom. You see, withdrawal isn't retreat. It's incubation. The cave is a chrysalis. The desert, a neural kiln. And in that silence, identity liquefies. The thinker, the pleaser, the performer, they all melt away. What remains is raw awareness, unfiltered, untamed. This is why mystics and burnout victims describe the same sensations: derealization, emptiness, loss of time. They're both standing on the threshold where the social self dissolves. But the mystic steps forward. The neurotic runs back. If you've ever felt this pull to vanish, to unplug, to be forgotten, understand what's really happening. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's trying to save you. When dopamine collapses under endless noise, when cortisol hardens the emotional circuits, when the mirror neurons can't tell your reflection, from the avatars screaming online, the only rational act left is disappearance. The psyche withdraws to reforge itself in the dark, just as seeds germinate in soil, not sunlight. But the danger is staying there too long. Some never return. They dissolve entirely. The world becomes a ghost, and they forget they were once human. In mythic language, that's when the hermit becomes the wraith. The candle turns to smoke. The circle becomes a prison. So the ritual must have two acts: withdrawal and return. The return is what makes it alchemy, not suicide. Now, try this. A small experiment. A cerebral ritual. Tonight, turn off every light. Sit alone in complete silence for 3 minutes. No music, no phone, just breathing. You'll feel your mind claw for input. Your hand will twitch toward the device. That's the social self, dying. Label it. Whisper, performance, and let it pass. Then notice what's left. The watcher behind the noise. That's the one who was trying to be born. Each time you fantasized about vanishing, that's the true self, not the mask. You might wonder, isn't this just escapism? A romanticized depression? No. Because escapism runs from the world. Initiation runs through it. Depression asks, why try? Initiation asks, what am I when I stop pretending? This isn't about quitting society. It's about rewriting your contract with it. You stop being a puppet and start being an author. So if you've disappeared, if your friends say you're distant, if the world calls you antisocial, remember, you're not fading. You're distilling. You're not detached. You're refining signal. Those who vanish aren't lost. They're transforming in secret. They are building a new nervous system. In the dark, away from the algorithms until it's strong enough to face the light again. And when they return, they don't come back as citizens. They come back as architects, builders of a new reality. So take this as your omen. Your absence is not an error. It's a chrysalis, the cocoon between selves. the silence is building you. Word by word, neuron by neuron. Stay quiet until it's time, then emerge as the one who saw through the noise and remembered the code. You were never broken. You were becoming. Those who vanish aren't lost. They're transforming in secret. Now it's your turn. Step back. Go dark for a while. When you return, bring light that no one's seen before. Because that's what the hermit truly is. Not the one who hides from the world, but the one who walks out of darkness, carrying fire. If this video shifted something in your mind, you're ready for the next level. Download my free ritual guide in the description. No catch, just pure psychological alchemy you can use tonight. If you want to go deeper, hit the initiation playlist. It's your step-by-step journey into breaking unconscious patterns and mastering your own mind. Both links are waiting below. Your transformation starts now. Until next time.